Roblox Incrementals. It's a small niche of good and bad Roblox games. And since I'm a big fan of Roblox Incrementals, today I will be rating 39 of them. Before I do start the tier list, keep in mind that this is only my opinion on these games and that I may not have fully played these games. So let's get into it. Grass Cutting Incremental. The first ever incremental to appear on Roblox and to start this whole trend. Containing a lot of unique gameplay, you can easily spend up to a year, if not more, if you want to beat this whole game. This is an easy S tier game, and go give it a try if you have never played it before. Crop Farming Incremental. Definitely a pretty in-depth incremental with a bunch of mechanics and a lot of content. I like that you have to grow your crops and sell them to earn money instead of just having to walk around in a field like most of the incrementals these days. So for that, the game gets an A. Cooking Incremental. A bit more bland of a game with a couple resets and a couple mechanics like the baking, dough, and ascending. Not too different from other basic incrementals, other than the visual change. The game is a little bit pay to win, so my final ranking will be a C. Chance Incremental. This is one of those rarity rolling games which are a popular change from the walking in circles that most incrementals do, also featuring a upgrade tree mechanic that is a popular other genre of games on Roblox. The game is also super pay to win, with there being 16 game passes and more developer products. I personally really don't like AFK games, and with there being no unique mechanics, this gets an F. Egg Tree Incremental. Another upgrade tree incremental, this one being a bit more unique, containing a lot more mechanics and satisfying egg collecting gameplay. The game isn't too pay to win, which I respect, since game developers still need to earn money somehow, so I give this game a B. Walking Incremental, a very bland incremental with walking distance being the main currency. The game features a couple resets being fall over, roll, jump, spin, and so on. The game does have a couple game passes that give a huge advantage, but I like the simplicity, so the game gets a D. Walking Incremental 2. The sequel to Walking Incremental. The game did get a big step up in terms of graphics and mechanics, having more than just normal resets and a bunch more content overall. It still has the same game passes, so it gets a C. B Game Incremental. This is an incremental if you were to combine an incremental with Bee Swarm Simulator, featuring full quest, equipment, night systems, and a bunch of abilities that activate on special occasions. Would highly recommend to try the game out if you ever played Bee Swarm Simulator. Also, the game barely has any game passes, so S tier. Also because the game is literally made by me. Endless Incremental Game. Well, you literally stand on buttons and AFK for forever. F. Balls Incremental. Pretty simple incremental featuring balls. The game feels very unbalanced, and it also has a rarity rolling system, so basically you just AFK there. The graphics aren't the best, so D. Square Incremental. The basic field collection, but a bit different. You push a cube that collects other smaller cubes, and it's actually a lot more fun than it would seem to push a cube. The game features a couple resets. There are also no game passes at all, just a couple developer products for cookies that you can also get from daily rewards. Overall, a good looking game, so B. Block Incremental. Staying on the blocky games, we have Block Incremental. It's a very simple incremental. The game kind of feels empty and unfinished. The UI also looks like it would need some work. Overall, not really fun gameplay, so I'll have to give it a F. Cube Incremental. The last Cube game is a lot higher quality, but not having anything really unique going for it, it does feature rebirths, a rune button mechanic, and Cubify. I'll give this one a D. Atom Incremental. Once again, a pretty simple incremental, but with a better design. The game features a couple resets, but overall, it's a simple and fun incremental. C. Rock Incremental. A button incremental type game where apparently there are rocks, but I don't really see myself collecting or getting rocks. No unique mechanics and pretty boring gameplay. I don't think there is too much fun in AFK games, so I'll just give it an F. Cash Incremental, another button incremental. This one looks like it has a bunch of buttons, but I already went over this, how I don't like AFK incrementals. F. Button Incremental. Why are there so many button incrementals? And this one looks the same as the last one. This is literally the last button incremental I'm reviewing. F. Plinko Incremental. Pretty fun, simple incremental featuring Plinko and a lot of unique mechanics and minigames. There really is nothing more to say other than I give this game a B. Basic Incremental. This game is just too basic for me. F. Emoji Incremental. Pretty similar to Basic Incremental, but you collect emojis with your mouse, featuring a bunch of upgrades and cool emojis, so I'll give this a D. Fruit Incremental, a pretty cool looking incremental featuring a couple resets and a cool design. The game is very pay to win though, so I'll just give this one a C. Apple Incremental. Basically just a worse looking, even more pay to win version of Fruit Incremental. Not much to say, so D. Pixel Incremental. This game is stupidly pay to win and terribly made code-wise. Since you start lagging with a bigger server, and don't even ask me how this terrible game got 1.4 million visits, but all that I know is the developer is very greedy for more Robux and completely doesn't care about his players. I won't get much deeper into this, but it's an instant F. Pixel Incremental 2. Don't know how they managed to make a worse or more lagger version of the first game, but it's once again an instant F. Civilization Incremental. A incremental game with a different upgrading system where the next upgrade buffs the previous upgrade. The game also features a pretty cool mining system. Enjoyed the simplicity of the game. Also, no pay to win aspects, so I'll give it a B. Fortune Incremental, a pretty simple incremental with a rarity rolling mechanic. It does feature a lot more late game mechanics that I haven't gotten to myself, but they do look interesting. The game is very pay to win, but it does have pay to win and free to play leaderboards. Overall, it's a pretty okay game, so I'll give it a C. Clover Incremental. Once again, just a basic incremental featuring clovers as the main currency. It has a couple interesting resets and features, but that is about it. It's also made by my friend, so I'll give it a C. Omega Rune Incremental. Okay, I know I said that there will be no more button incrementals, but this one looks a bit cooler than the other ones, having semi-decent graphics, some kind of crystal collecting system, and ability equipment system. So looks interesting, I'll give it a D. AFK Incremental. Well, there is no gameplay. F. Incremental Adventures. Sorry, wasn't able to play the game since I threw up from all the AI art used in the game. F. Generator Incremental RNG. Personally, not a fan of 2D incremental games, especially on Roblox, when Roblox already has a 3D character movement built in. Also, this game just kind of copied our next game and is very pay to win. So, F. Generator Incremental. A game that features 46 different unique generators, with all of them having something different. Personally, haven't gotten very far into the game, but so far I've had fun playing it. It also features no pay to win in-game aspects. Only thing is, some parts get a bit repetitive, but it's not too big of a problem, so I'll give it an A. Rank Up Incremental. Okay, last button game, for real this time. Going into this, I expected it to be just another butter game, but the progress actually seemed fast and fun. The graphics are a bit lacking, but it doesn't take too much away from the experience. The game does have a bunch of pay-to-win things, but the progress seems to be fast enough without spending any Robux, so I'll give it a D. Milestone Incremental. I put this game up here not knowing it was a button incremental. I didn't really understand the gameplay and the graphics are pretty bad, so F. Difficulty Incremental. Going into this, I thought this would be some kind of obby incremental, which could be pretty unique, but it's just a simple collecting incremental with different tiers and upgrades. So from the content that I saw, I'll give this a D. Incremental Side Game. This game definitely feels high quality with a lot of side stuff to do, like obbies. I also really like the map design on how interactable it is. I of course didn't have too much time to explore this game. I only got to the first reset, but it seems like there are a lot more interesting mechanics waiting for me. So I'll definitely be returning to this game. I also didn't notice any pay to win things, so this is an easy B for me. Stat Farm Incremental. The game seems a bit grindy to me and not really my cup of tea, but the game looks big and decently made, so I'll just give it a D. Simple Incremental. Well, the game is literally called Simple Incremental. Of course, the game is gonna be simple, but actually the game feels high quality. But just sitting and having an auto clicker press the button isn't very interesting. The game doesn't feature any game passes, so I'll just give it a C. Tycoon Incremental. Well, it's a Tycoon. Of course there won't be like crazy gameplay, but the game seems high quality with a lot of interesting badges. I'm just not a big fan of Tycoons or button games, so I'll give this a D. Circular Incremental. This might not surprise you, but I don't like low quality and pay to win games. And Circle Incremental is both of those. Like, I know there's a bunch of good mechanics a lot later on in the game, but I can't stop thinking while playing that the game looks like it was made by an 8-year-old. So for that, I'll give the game a D. Shredding Incremental. Our last game that we are reviewing is Shredding Incremental. Now, this game is very unique in the way the collection system works, since you open boxes and then sell the paintings you find in the boxes to earn cash. The game also features box tiers, obbies, a tool opening system, and a lot more. The game also has barely any pay to win, just a shame that the developer stopped updating this game, but I will be giving it a S. This is my final tier list. Of course, this is only my opinion because we are all different, and this just shows that not everyone likes the same games. I will of course be returning to a lot of these games to continue playing them. Comment down below if I missed any major incrementals, and hit the like button if you want to see me rate more games. But that has been me, Nugget, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!